was generating revenue. Only Councilwoman would become compliant too. Last we heard the city was going to do a community survey, but the council majority seems completely closed off to the idea of generating at least $1 to $2 million annual revenue by allowing dispensaries. Item 5.1, why does it take 2 months for this council to appoint replacement members to the foundation, hindering the board's progress? Appointing members that don't really want to serve is unacceptable. The foundation needs to amend their poorly written bylaws, thank you, Christian, and become truly autonomous, removing the city council's involvement entirely from the organization, allowing them to fill their own vacancies, etc. Item 5.4, my birthday is July 14th, and on July 10th, one of the council meetings dates, I have tickets to see the Rolling Stones, so I'm good with that one. Item 5.5, I suspect some on this council have no clue what a great asset WAGS is to our community. Look around the county. You won't find a better animal control shelter vendor. Not to mention the many positive ways that WAGS gives back to this community. Approve this amendment or the backlash will be swift and fierce. Item 5.6, why aren't the SWOT analysis weaknesses and threats included in the staff report? Only accomplishments. I hope the matrix is updated regularly. Item 6.1, catching up with technology, finally, but as a reminder, unredacted copies of FPPC filings must be provided upon request. Item 7.1, I want to thank and commemorate the late Craig Mandeville and veteran Bob Harrison for all of their hard work on this item. It's great to see it finally going in. Item 2A, oral communications. Mayor Wynn. The stark contrast of how Vice Mayor Ho ran the meeting when you were absent versus when you run them is astounding. You missed your AB 123 report from the city leader summit about how other mayors and councils do not argue with or attempt to intimidate members of the public from the dais like you and your two cohorts do. New rule. If someone wants to leave the dais, they must be recognized by the mayor to request permission and state the reason for their leaving and how long they expect to be gone. Other legislative bodies have this rule, and it's a good one. I don't know what the appropriate time is to be on the walked-on agenda item, but I guess I'll do it now.
Claim 17 tanks destroyed and another 27 damage.
Connect the dots that after you came out of closed session,
a lot of alcohol was involved, by the way.
And I can only imagine what
you know what alcohol can do.
This one's for an iron-on, so when I iron it on, I'm not sure if I should do it on my back.
Mayor, I have no further speaker cards.
All right, thank you very much. Next is consent calendar.
So that's what I'll be doing.
Matters listed under the consent calendar are considered routine and may be approved by a single motion, followed by a roll
Hermes
call.
telling me that these words
There will be
were
no separate
100%
discussion of these
prevented.
items
But
unless
because of the
members
women
of the city council or
and
staff
sex,
request them specific items.
slavery, human sex
Consent
trafficking,
calendar
sex is a
for
drug.
action
Use it and abuse it.
discussion.
It will kill you.
There is a motion to
A child does not know that.
well, if there is any item.
Okay,
Motion to
so
approve.
I was trying to plan this out.
All right, we have motion and second on the floor.
Okay, I was trying to plan this out.
I'm not the
consent
favorite
calendar.
either.
Thank you, Mayor. I have a motion made by Councilmember Monzo, seconded by Vice Mayor Ho. This is to approve the consent calendar
I'm
as
realizing I
presented.
have to do these
I'm going
videos a
call
little bit
roll.
more because I have to explain
Councilwoman Fan
myself,
West.
which is fine.
Councilwoman Fan
I'm so
West,
fucking
yes.
pissed.
Councilmember Monzo.
Yes.
Councilmember Wynn.
Yes.
Vice Mayor Ho.
Yes.
And Mayor Wynn.
Yes.
Motion carried 5-0.
This was done 10-10-23,
Next
Missy
is
Boys,
public hearings.
7149.
Anyone wishing to speak on
Roadblock, the
the
39th
public hearing
Infantry.
may speak in person. Speakers during the public
11,
hearing comments will each have 3
116,
minutes to
Panzer
speak
Division,
on each public hearing item, which we have on today.
176 tank,
Any person wishing to
Battle Line,
address the city council in
Battle
person
the
should
4th
complete
Infantry,
a
the
green
4th
speaker slip that is
Infantry
provided
Division.
at the entrance to the council's chambers and submitted to the
So
clerk.
anyway, I was planning to
When your name is called,
do all that
please
today.
stand to the podium
Go to the
at
meeting
that
today.
time
Guy
and
kept
state
coming
your
out
name
earlier.
and the city of residence optional for the record. So,
Break
Madam Clerk,
out
go
of
ahead and
Operation
call.
Cobra. Operation Cobra.
I would like to ask for a staff report, please.
Thank you, Mayor. Good evening, Mayor, Vice Mayor, and council members.
Today is
This is the public
5:08.
hearing for the weed abatement program for spring 2024. A According to
I
the
don't have a
California
God. I don't follow
Government
a God.
Code, Public Works Department manage the weed and debris abatement from the vacant property.
The United
In the
States
city,
and these people that have
We
gone to
implement
these
the program
meetings,
twice a year in spring and fall.
they are
The
killing
other hours
everybody
of
that's not
summer and winter,
that's
Public Works staff
godless.
send out the remind letters to the vacant
Who are
property
you
owners.
to determine
Currently, we have 20
who
vacant
lives
lot
and who goes? Like,
on the list.
Flyers made.
On March
fuck
5th,
outta
staff
here
sent
with your
out a
fucking
remind
beliefs like
letters
that
to these
shit.
property owner, reminding them to clean their lots prior to the inspection on April 12th. So out of 20 vacant property, there was 5 property not clean at the time of the inspection. So staff did another inspection earlier this week and submitted late communications to update the resolution. So I'm happy to report
vehicles
that
and
as of
11
today,
guns were destroyed,
all
as well
property
as
has been
56
in
tanks
compliance
and
with the
56
requirement.
vehicles
So that
damaged.
concludes my staff report.
This
I'm available
was
to answer any
widely
questions. All right. Next is comments
took so much energy out of me. I'm still recovering off of that. Usually,
The carnage
So we
was
can move on over here and see
NP.
council
with
question
the
for staff.
like back to back,
Any of you have any questions?
and
Just
The U.S. Army
thank you,
has
Mayor.
also
I just have a
requested support from
comment,
the.
and
Yeah, I already
maybe
did
this
that.
is
I already
something
read
that-
that.
I still
future
Okay,
agenda
what did I miss here?
is if I understand, you do have a list of the addresses or repeat
these
violators.
people they just
Have been captured and they're being used as
What addresses
they still just
on violation.
they know what you're doing.
GUERRE. That's almost like Frank's last name.
He's saying, not
10 properties.
just me, he's saying like all
Every single time we
the
do
Native
the
Americans
weed abatement
are
program, we
fighting
send out
over,
letters,
like,
and
everybody's
they
fighting
do
for
actually
justice,
comply,
everybody's fighting,
whether before
Britney
the
Spears
inspection that
and
we
the
specify in the
Oh,
letter,
yeah, and Tessa
or
told me
the
too,
deadline when
was
we
like
send out the second
everything,
letter.
like when you're sinking in and you
there
know,
is a
your
person.
numbers are gonna
They
match. So,
repeat
so cool. It's
They,
so neat.
they comply at the end, prior to our deadline.
I'm confident in that.
Right, next.
Blood money.
Any comments
You
from
keep
anyone?
using blood money. Where's this
All
money
right.
coming from? It's
If
coming
not,
from the children. Stop using
We
it.
can move to public comments. City Clerk, do we have anybody sign up for this?
I do, Mayor. Terry Raines.
I met a 19-year-old boy last night. 19.
Good evening. Some of these comments
He
you've
was
heard me present in
rapping,
previous
he
weed
wanted to
abatement
use his
public hearings.
art.
Again, why are only vacant properties targeted under
So
this
the
program?
problem
What
is,
effect the relative government code and city
even
ordinance code
Jesus
do not limit this
God.
program to just vacant lots. There are numerous properties in our city, both vacant and occupied, with serious weed and rubbish issues as defined under Chapter 13, Article 2 of the California Government Code, commencing with Section 389560, that never gets cited. It seems as though staff just revisits the same previously targeted vacant lots over and over, never looking anywhere else. Why not present to the council the full list of notice properties for reference in the staff report, even though the properties that were cleaned up are not a formal part of the public hearing? Former Councilman Sergio Contreras asked back in 2019 for the formal weed abatement process to be done 4 times a year versus twice. Staff's response was it would be too much work to undergo the process more than twice a year, but they said they would continue to use code enforcement and the community preservation unit to address these issues on a more regular basis, but that plan is not working. Some areas of the city seem to be targeted frequently, while others are completely ignored.
There's kids on the street.
Properties in the city continue to
There's
operate
kids on the fucking street. These teachers are fucking
lowering our
sick.
property values and reducing private ownership in our city. Let's all put in a concentrated effort to clean up our city and not just on Earth Day. Many cities hold pride and beautification
And they're
events
talking
throughout
about
the year where
wags.
volunteers along with support from the city come together to clean up their city. Some are part of the Unite for Cities initiative, which brings together businesses, residents, schools, service groups, and the faith community to improve their cities. I realize these comments are broad in nature, not specific to any properties listed on the agenda report, but I'm trying to be a part of the solution by offering
She's the
input and
problem.
ideas on ways we can
She needs to
improve
shut the fuck up and mind her own damn business and clean up her own fucking
I do
house.
question the
Clean up her own fucking, go do the work, 'cause she's not outside. She's not outside. She's behind the fucking keyboard fucking talking.
Apparently,
She ain't fucking, she's at the meeting, she ain't doing nothing but set up in front of the keyboard. I guarantee you, she's not doing anything. She's not cleaning up. She's not helping, supporting the community. She's not physically doing it. She's actually, what she's doing is she's putting false rumors and bullshit out there. So people on social media can believe all the word, everything that she says. Oh, she's not community, she's doing it. No, she has friends and other, it's a whole inside job.
So there's another one right next to it. I understand that, you know, the properties did end up.
They don't like me. I know they don't like it. I don't give a fuck they don't like it. I don't fucking like them either. Look at how they act.
Disciples of Jesus Christ, they're back to back. They're like next to each other. And I asked him, like, what do you play with? He's like, oh yeah, I do actually
well, I'm
have
glad
flyers.
that it's down there at 0 because I didn't catch the second.
And then the other one had a flyer. She's like, don't worry,
memo.
No, you don't.
You know, it's great news. I just don't think it's good to do it the way it was done.
Buy with $1, a gallon of milk, a pair of shoes, a meal, a t-shirt.
And first each other
with $1, help feed the homeless, help a young one out of drugs, help build a church, help preach the gospel.
In the process of setting up roadblocks were taken by surprise, and the women pulled their vehicles down the hill towards the Brimstone Road
Mother Earth.
with their engines off.
My people, Native Americans, indigenous people didn't have
comments from
water.
Ms. Reigns. And this is one of the, and I've made mention to this.
What is gold? That's what I remember. You're saying gold.
And I've reported a lot of these
that will haunt
through
me because there was no gold. They kept saying
These
like
people that I'm reading about,
what makes like
they
rich,
want justice.
repeat offenders as far as lack of maintenance, overgrown
makes
vegetation.
the
It's
Westminster
just
they're showing us like
a
food.
continuous issue. It's like, what is really being done about that?
You're a bunch of cowards.
Same properties, same
Things that will make
corridors,
us good inside,
over
and that
and
was
over
Mother
again.
Earth.
You're a fucking bunch of cowards.
Getting
I'm gonna
diamonds,
make a
gems,
shirt.
rocks, stones.
Thank you, Councilman Manzo.
I'm gonna let everyone, all these other police departments know
For those
how
properties, we
fucking
can't report it
stupid
to
Westminster
see it with
is.
myself actually driving around and
I
seeing
hope Los Alamitos takes the, I hope Los
actually
Alamitos takes the
emailed
votes. Because you're
twice
next.
this week,
You're
and
next,
also
motherfuckers.
enforcement and
Next.
everything cleared out who's going to be taking care of that. So
And that officer spit in front of me 3 times. Stopped me because I was walking funny.
They can send out letters, fines. With us, we don't have that authority.
Yes, no, thank you for answering the question. I know this is not your
Yeah, just
department,
been
so
working
thank you for answering the question. This is my question for
You don't look like
We have people trying to fight
you're
for
walking
hair
normally.
so we need to keep an eye on that, make sure that
But
we
the
stay
right
on
hair,
top of that.
the right medical care.
You had to come and pull over. You had to, like, the way you stopped, the way you tried to stop me, like, oh,
I have a
come on.
motion made by Mayor Wynn and seconded by Councilmember Monzo. This is to overrule the objections received at the
You put
subject
on your
public
uniform
hearing
and
for
then
the
what?
abatement of the weeds and adopt a resolution entitled "A Resolution of the Mayor and City Council of the City of
Just so you
Westminster,
know
California,
that
determining and declaring that certain weeds are growing upon certain
They shouldn't
streets,
go to
sidewalks,
fast food.
parkways,
They really
and
shouldn't go to
property of the
fast
City of
food.
Westminster, and rubbish and refuse have been deposited upon sidewalks, parkways, and private property of the city in accordance or public
huge
nuisance,
target on
ordering
your
and
back.
directing the city manager to have said weeds destroyed and to have rubbish and refuse removed as required
It's
by
sad.
law. I'm
To
going
me,
to call
that's sad
Councilwoman
because,
Fan West. Fan West, yes. Councilmember Monzo.
so you take off your
Vice
uniform,
Mayor Ho. Yes.
and that's
Mayor
still
Wynn.
happening.
Motion
Stupid
carried 5-0.
motherfuckers.
have to have something.
Next is public hearing
This
item
time,
4.2.
no one knows that you're a fucking cop, but I do.
For
Fiscal
you.
year for 2024,
That's the only way to work. Because these people are the ones that are the
Even
reason why
down
the
to the
city
car,
went to shit.
the fucking cars you
I
guys
can't
drive. The only
move
reason
on
why
to
people want to be a
anything
cop
else
is to drive fast and
access
to be a dick. To continue that narcissism, that narcissistic
This
trait.
city needs to take responsibility for genocide.
Good evening, Mayor, Vice Mayor, and council members. My name is Michael Sa. I'm the housing specialist.
Dr. Zine, under
Tonight's
oath,
public
not
hearing
listening to
is
my
regarding
point
the
of
We all
view
know each other.
or
We
my
all,
my beliefs.
2025
if you notice, there's nobody there. There's
Dr.
nobody
Zine,
there. At
under
these
oath,
city
listening
meetings, there's
to not
nobody there.
annual
listening.
action plan.
That's scary. But these doctors, they'll lie under oath. The God and Jesus, when I don't believe in God and Jesus, and this God, and even David Johnson lied under oath in the court.
The city should be
So again, how am I going to get justice if these motherfuckers are going to be fucking lying? That doesn't make sense. These courts are all set up to be.
2025 annual action plan was
So people are saying, oh, Britney Spears has schizophrenia or Britney Spears has mental illness or mental health issues. No one knows what these fucking courts are doing.
So sometimes I do have to write notes and I'll forget notes.
They can say whatever the fuck they want and get away with it.
But this is why Britney Spears is not free.
The city submits it to HUD for review and approval by May 17th.
Beyonce too.
There's other kids too.
And as a reminder, the 2020-2025 consolidated
so if you have the last name
Fox, priority needs and goals, which was adopted by the city council and also reviewed by HUD. And on the left-hand side of the needs and goals that were first identified as part of the 5-year plan.
I do believe what Beyonce did was what Jay-Z did, and then Jay-Z woke up.
Prepare and submit to HUD a 5-year plan which lists out priority needs and goals that will be accomplished in 5 years.
When I was trying to look for family
on the right-hand side, the city's report to
I was trying to find my family and I found out my mom was saying that I had
race wiped out because of their color, their skin.
So I'm like, oh, that's so cool, you know, like I have teachers working, I have family now, so
the Vietnamese community in Westminster needs to go back home.
For the upcoming fiscal year.
They
I
don't
do
like
want to note at the time of writing the staff report, the CDBG home amounts are only estimates.
Mexicans. Oh, shit.
The staff
want to see a family
recommends that the
feud?
mayor and city council approve the final fiscal year 2024-2025 annual action plan. Authorize the city manager to execute the documents required for submission of CDBG and home funding approval to HUD for review and approval.
When they have family
Authorize staff to make
do
changes to
that?
funding allocations once the final 2024 CDBG and home allocations are announced by HUD. And as a additional recommended action that was not identified in the staff report, city staff is also recommending to allocate any project savings from the fiscal year 2023
and
2024
believe this,
street
Mexicans don't like
improvements to
that.
fiscal year 2024-25
Mexican Americans, they don't like it.
And that concludes my presentation.
We're free. Why is that? Oh, you think that we're freaky? We're not, motherfuckers. We're not.
For a question, for staff.
My cousin Lauren's mom.
You come here and you're labeled as a Mexican when call yourself a Native American, you got no rights. Or you have free, you think you're free because you're Mexican? Because you're able to work and you're so late when this is your land.
Between a 12 and 16-year-old.
Hello, thank you for the opportunity to provide input regarding the fiscal year 24-25 annual action plan. Lest we forget, Councilmember West voted no to accept these funds last year.
I don't know where my kids are.
Conditions should always be to serve
that were around my mom.
Not sure why, but the estimated CDBG carryover amount changed a lot since the first hearing in February from 279,032 to 252,730 in March's presentation to now 288,158, indicating that even less spending of these funds in the current year. I will suggest again that staff provide the council with a comprehensive analysis of the funds carried over year to year for CDBG and home funds and provide the historical use of these funds going back a few years, especially since this is the last year of the 5-year plan. The city used to prove that we were getting the biggest bang for our CDBG buck and allocating almost $200,000 to code enforcement through the Neighborhood Pride program, because I just don't see it. In the past, the city hasn't even utilized the programs approved in the plan, which is also tragic. The purpose of this report and funding is to benefit our community by addressing some of our more serious issues. It is not just about something pretty down on paper in terms of the city estimates that we will have substantially less home funds this year versus last year because we allocated last year a full carryover amount of $2 million to the project at 14125 Golden West. Even more significantly than CDBG funds, the carryover amount for home funds has changed substantially from $181,405 as reported in February and March to now $529,043. With no explanation as to why the spending in this current year is estimated to be so much lower. There is a big problem committing funds to the alleged affordable housing projects because most of these projects are not truly affordable for extremely low or acutely low income residents. Affordable housing is defined in state and federal federal law as not more than
stand for that.
up to, in other words, 30% of your income.
I still have
Where
to heal
are
from that. How
the
do I
units in
heal?
our
How
acutely
do I
low
heal?
income
I know
for
my
our
kids.
acutely low income seniors with less than 15 to 30% of the AMI? These funds should be applied to a truly affordable housing development for extremely low and acutely low income seniors, where the rent would be set at just 30% of their income. You know, we throw millions into housing the homeless, which represent less than 300 residents here, but we leave our poverty-stricken, tax-paying seniors out
they want to do
literally. The Milton Manor project will not fix this. Their rents will not be set at 30% of each tenant's income.
So she's just
do
seeing
better,
it, but
Westminster.
she's just
Point
hearing
of order,
this, and
on
she's
the
seeing
agenda,
the thing,
there
but
is
she's
no
not going
second
outside.
communication
She's
on the
just
prior public
online.
hearing item.
That's all it is.
So,
She's not really
agenda, I just
actually
wanted to
out in the
Tomorrow's
field.
Mother's Day. I just
She's
wish
behind
I
the
was there.
computer. All these people that are complaining, they're actually behind the computer.
Thank you. I would like to close for public comments, and at this time, I would like to entertain if there's a motion from the council for that.
She's part of the problem.
Yes, I motion to approve.
They're stuck in their own fucking.
No one's listening.
I
It's
know
all about
they're trying to get out. They're
money.
trying to get out. These people are
Mayor, I have a motion made by Councilwoman Van West,
This doesn't
seconded
make
by
sense. Why
Councilman
am I so many
Almanza.
homeless people?
This is
How
to
come there's so
approve
many?
the final
How come I
fiscal
don't have
year
my kids with me?
2024-2025 annual action plan, and authorize the city manager to execute the documents required for submission of CDBG and home funding approval to the United States Department of Housing and Urban Development for review and approval, and authorize staff to make changes to funding
There's even sex
allocations
trafficking
once the
going
final
on
2024
right there.
CDBG and home allocations are announced by HUD, and allocate any project savings from fiscal year 2023-2024 street improvements to fiscal year 24-25 street improvements.
So I don't know why
I'm gonna call
Daisy.
roll.
I'm pretty sure why
Councilwoman
Daisy
Van
de
West.
Santiago
Van West,
stopped
aye.
talking to me because
Councilmember
Lauren
Monzo.
Tappy was flirting with her.
Yes.
Councilmember
And yeah, so
Nguyen.
Yes.
I
Vice
only
Mayor
chose
Hill.
Daisy because
Yes,
I thought
and
she
Mayor
would be
Nguyen.
like
Yes.
5-0 motion carried.
understand, like
Next is verbal business and item 5.1, appointment to Westminster
understand
Community
like as a
Foundation.
mom what I'm
The
fucking
first one
going through.
is from Councilmember Martin Wade, appointee, and the next one is going to be
But no, when Lauren started flirting with her, like
So first,
behind my back,
Wade.
I saw him do that with my
Thank you, Mr.
cousin,
Mayor.
Bridget.
Still in the talk with one of my
It wasn't. It was a disgusting
nominee.
flirting. Like
Okay, nominee. Okay, but I would like to defer.
I'm like the way I listened to it, the way I was listening to it, I'm like, holy shit! Like you've been doing that to me this whole time.
I'd like to thank Mr. Thomas Nguyen for his dedication.
That
his
is like a
effort,
talk
being in the
that-
team at the beginning, and because of the family commitment, he
Oh.
cannot, he no longer can support or help with the team. So he asked to resign from the committee. And the next one that I would like to, next appointee that I would like
couldn't
to
wait to get away
appoint
from
is
him.
Mr. Tien Chu. CHU is the last name. First name is TIEN.
I couldn't
So
wait to
with
get
that,
away from him.
with Councilmember
In
Wade,
Riverside,
defer it to the next,
2020,
and for my appointee,
I
would like
tried to
ask,
plan out
I
my
will
escape.
make a move
Like I'm
motion
like,
to,
okay, I got it. I think
Is
I
there a
can
second?
do it. I think I can do it.
Okay, second by Councilmember West. Roll call vote, please.
Thank you. I have a motion made by Mayor Nguyen, seconded by Councilwoman Van West.
I
This
thought
is to
people in
defer,
Hollywood, I thought these certain
Councilmember
celebrities would
Nguyen's
understand
appointee
that
next
money is
meeting,
not.
and to appoint
No, instead they're playing the game too.
Teen
So.
Chu as Mayor
There's heavy
Nguyen's appointee to
consequences for
the
playing
Westminster
the game
Community
like that,
Foundation to fill the unscheduled vacancy for a term ending January 2026. I'll go to call roll. Councilwoman Van West. Van West, aye. Councilmember
It just
Monzo.
makes me see that
Councilmember Nguyen.
it's no
Yes.
point
Vice
in
Mayor Ho.
me
Yes. And Mayor Nguyen.
staying.
Yes.
Motion
I
carried
still
5-0.
rather be dead than alive. I still rather. I don't want friends
funds
anymore.
for purchasing
Yeah, it would be nice. I don't want family. I just want my kids.
My ancestors want to
F-150
say,
lighting electric pickup trucks.
Everyone's
we are not
telling
the
me. Everyone's
that
telling me
are
move on, move
vulnerable.
on.
Animals are vulnerable. Animals are.
Thank you, Mayor.
How do you move on with your kids, narcissist? Where's your family at?
2023, there's a call for a grant from the Office of
Why are you keeping away? Why are you keeping me away from my kids? Doesn't make sense.
what's going
efficient
on, and
and
they don't like
conservation
it.
block grant.
So David Johnson, that fucking stupid motherfucker, I'm going to fucking destroy you no matter fucking what. I'm going to rip you a new one. I'm trying to get to my kids, and here you are trying to tell them that I have a fucking gun. You're telling this fucking judge that I want to get the transcript. Amy West has a fucking gun. She fucking tells everybody she loves the Second Amendment.
The next round that they pulled out. So they allocated for the city of Westminster about $140,000.
I don't believe in guns.
And a title project that they awarded. We selected
and you're making and I want my kids back
to serve the underserved, disadvantaged area.
This is why schizophrenia is not real, because it's people like this planning this shit over and over and over and over again. Our ancestors are going to get this. Our ancestors are going to win this fight, this battle right now.
From the state to have the clean, they call it clean fleet EV commercial mandate from the state.
My kids are gonna find that turn.
The electric vehicles, and those are very hard to get.
This is our school district. This is our school. This is our school. This is what my ancestors were warning me about. This is that.
And each one roughly about, I would say, $75,000.
You stupid motherfucker. And I'm gonna put that on my grave.
They're willing to honor the same.
I'm gonna start making a t-shirt. David Johnson, you stupid motherfucker.
So stop recommending the city council.
You're a pedophile. You are a pedophile.
The purchasing of
You're helping these sick motherfuckers keep raping children, all for a fucking paycheck, you stupid motherfucker. What's wrong with you, you stupid motherfucker, David Johnson? From the Westminster School District.
A question, Jake. So with this grant, is it specifically for only electric cars? I mean, are you able to put it to
I have always been against guns.
So this grant?
Yes. Okay. So there's several options that might remember on top of my head is charging stations, which we do
I hope I die
have at several locations.
I hope to haunt you.
Solar panels, solar panels, which are very costly for the amount that they allocated to Westminster, only $140,000. So with the amount that they allocated, you kind of
You're
narrow
the
down
reason
to
why
how many things
being like that, like I just told you the reason why I rather fuck
and it had to be serving for the disadvantaged and low-income areas as
This is
well.
why Trump got away with it. This is why President got away with it. This is why the Pope's getting away with it. It's because your money, your greed. You didn't have kids because you wanted kids. You had kids because you wanted to pay. You wanted money.
Well, right now the
You wanted to control.
still had to be charged.
You don't love your wife. It shows that you don't love your kids.
We do have
It shows that your wife does not love your kids. It shows that you and your wife only got together for
we have those charging stations
power
there
trip.
as well already. For
It
our
shows.
the charging station is require more, I would say, control
I know you
environment
don't
than
believe
just
that.
being out on the street.
I know you
It's
don't.
vandalized.
I know you
It's not
don't.
efficient if it's
So
not,
now the little cities are also writing out
But you
LA.
do believe in
maintained, but I would
something,
say
and it's gonna come
be
back
ready
at
to
you.
serve the
My
people.
dad says promise.
So
Because they're like, oh,
Trust me, stupid motherfucker, I'm gonna be it too.
and we said it make more sense for us because the cities will we have to mandate
I'm
it
gonna shove that 144 right up your ass.
not spend, but to
zero
get
emission
money.
vehicles.
But they're spending money on bullshit
Okay,
that they don't
so,
spend.
I guess
So
with
you
the
can clearly
charging
see where the
station
money's getting spent it on.
and $40,000.
So now that has broken because
for the low income
of this whole prophecy, because of where it was going at,
you need more
there
than
was
that.
The
never
whole Westminster Police Department.
One of that number 2 is location. Number 3 is
Because of David Johnson too.
that already
He's just like,
create a structure station.
he's like the cherry on top.
leaves the homes on
Yes,
there.
so basically for
Yeah.
what your objective, you see that's worth
to change that. There was
Open to
this
America.
grant
to get it to
there was more.
to truck.
When
For
I
the
hate men
so
like
once
that.
it's truck,
That,
you'll be
then
driving
you'll see
around town to help the low income
these
areas. Is that
people
what you're
were genocide.
Thank you for the
purpose
In
of
question.
this time
So
and age,
our intention or
no
our
one
plan
should
is
be
for these 2
homeless.
trucks,
No
one
one should
for
be poor. No one should be
the public
begging
yard.
for
That's for their
At least you have a last name for a reason. You're a fucking
no one
dick.
should be dying right now. We
The
have so
second
many
one is going to be
doctors. Why do we have so many
used
doctors
for the
for so
city
many
hall for
hospitals
public
when
works
we
and
go
center.
anywhere
I'm
else
going to be
and they
going
don't
out
have
and
that?
I will let the children know around the world how a monster you truly are, and I will show your children and your grandchildren what kind of a person you truly are.
How is Britney Spears? What is she doing? How is that healthy? And they're saying that she has
David
mental illness. She
Johnson,
does not have
Westminster
mental
School
illness.
District.
People who are buying that shit, people who are saying that, to me,
on this, you have
fuck off.
140 total.
We're fighting
And one of
against
those
people like
vehicles you
you.
just mentioned was going to be for an inspector. Have you looked into what is the most bang for your buck? Because
God people. That's all
the
I'm saying.
Ford
God
Lightnings are
people.
pretty,
God
pretty
people.
pricey.
God
Have you
people
thought
will
about
never
maybe having some
understand.
smaller electric vehicles?
I want to go and travel, but I can't travel without my
For that
kids.
of our money?
Yes, we currently have three.
I don't want to travel, knowing that I don't want to travel. I just want to
that we can
fucking
do
die
because
already.
the public works inspector is the person who actually travel a lot, so that would
What I
be
couldn't get
better,
over
more bang for the
too
buck
is
using
Frank,
the electrical
my
truck.
ex-husband, his
Because
dad,
we have to serve, we have to show that we have to
People
serve.
come here to America to rape
When
other
we come in
people.
disadvantaged area
Stop
and
coming
where
to America.
Jackson,
the
here reminds
position
me
that will,
of him, like
do
fucking
that the
asshole.
most, provide that the most service.
Yeah, what I'm saying is, instead of buying one or two,
If you come to America, don't rape. Don't expect money.
Get three of a smaller vehicle. It's basically being an
Like that
inspector doesn't
pit
really need a
bull
truck.
of being
It's
the
like
dog.
carrying tools in the back of the truck. So maybe a smaller electric
Like-
vehicle would be appropriate for a city inspector that's not going to be
He had an
carrying
incident
something
on
in the back of
him.
the truck is what I'm asking.
We actually can right now.
Certain
I mean, we can,
spots.
but I think this application we are submitted
All I know
for
is that I
the two
felt
lining
Frank's
Brings me
trucks.
back,
had
like
Right now, we
Disney.
can
her best
designate that
interest
truck
in me.
for a
Pushes
different
me to
position
Fullerton.
that actually
She was actually
require
telling
to
me
put more
what's
tools in
going
the
on.
back.
Instead of just
That we can move around, but that's all.
Like-
And he's from Chicago, so
you could have done it behind my back.
when I went to
Is there a
Chicago,
time
when I
limit that
visited
you need to
Chicago,
get this done? You need to, if you were to change the vehicle type, you would have to
Open my eyes
he was saying
to
how like it needed to be cleaned up.
that there's
How he
reasons
wanted
out
to
there
bring lights. He wanted to bring Disney into Chicago, that type of feeling.
back to their grand
And I'm
focus.
like,
And
So
is that what you were
I'm not
trying
sure
to
that how
tell
long
me
that's
about
gonna take them to
Kanye West? Because
Even
Kanye
though
West is
it's
from
witch that
Chicago.
I
is that, I don't know if Scott
the
can come up
only
here and
witch
put him
that
on the heat map,
I know that
and
was
he can answer
that
that
came
question.
So then
that I
Westminster, like when I graduated
because I
Westminster
had
High
this
School,
interest is because
Sorry.
I graduated with stripes.
Yeah, that's the question. Is it,
I
is it a
graduated backwards. I
situation where
graduated with
instead of buying two
slippers.
F-150
They told me it was
Lightnings, can
backwards. I'm
we
like, they
Me
planned
and
this whole
Silver
fucking
River
shit
instead
out.
of buying
They
three
planned it
vehicles,
backwards.
clean because she showed me how to
That would be
clean.
something to have to go back to the grant.
And there was a
Like how to actually clean
Usually,
shit.
we
Matt
started working this in
Chavez?
October.
Like I wouldn't
No,
know
it
how
wasn't
to
Matt
We had to get it
Chavez.
done by a certain day, which I believe was sometime in April.
He had a
Like,
car
we
accident in
usually
8th grade, and then the principal said he wasn't able to walk because he missed
like
school, so he didn't walk. But he was in a very severe car
I
accident.
never had that. When I
He was very popular too. He got in an accident. Then he wasn't able to walk. The principal said, no, you can't walk. And we're all pissed.
I see that.
I was kind of pissed too, and his friends were pissed, like, that's fucked up. He's in the hospital, let him walk. He did his work though, but he just didn't go attend school. Let him walk. You know, the principal's like, no, you can't let him walk, she was a bitch.
And Frank's mom
So you didn't walk.
never got past
And he
me.
walked.
And there's no telling how much
And I'm like, I thought there was going to be a protest saying like, alright, well, like, oh, if you walk, if he doesn't walk, then I don't walk. Like, it should have been like that. And a lot of more parents should have spoke up, but no one did. They ended up walking. Oh, and then I was told that I was supposed to dress.
So it's multitask,
I wasn't gonna walk either.
So I think
I was
it's
told
worth
I had
the
to wear
money,
a dress.
and plus you guys already processed the application. I know there will be a delay, but it
orange
seems like
shirt
what Jake is saying that you would use it for
my blue
multiple
jeans.
tasks
So
where
that's what I was
you
gonna
would
walk
big
with.
truck to carry different
And
things
principal
for
goes,
like
no, you're
picking
not.
up
You have to wear a dress.
stuff
And
to
fuck
getting
that shit.
tools to different locations to fix different area in the city. Is that what I'm hearing, Jake?
And I told my mom,
The one
like,
that we designated for the
they said I had to wear a dress to walk. It's not
the other one I think
It's amazing how Amy West is all
Like,
that
well, too bad I already spent money on your shoes,
the reason
so
She knew exactly what she was doing.
was
Looks like you're not
inspected
walking.
because that
I
particular
guess
position
not.
that do go
And
out
watched
then
her
we
a
went
lot,
to,
and using
So
we just
it's
happened to
really
go
funny because
to,
I
mileage
seen
on
her
the
picture
vehicle as
before.
well as serving
when I was first
Salvation Army.
She was first trying to
dress, and it was like $5, so got it.
Grant applications, to meet their requirements, and also show that what we plan to do, because we cannot give it to another
everybody that comes to America
position that doesn't apply
is coming through greed.
Anything.
Then high school comes along,
You're money hungry, or you want fame,
and I wore my pink sandals.
don't come to America. America is not
Affordable Works Inspector,
Protesting.
they cover the entire city, but any, we do have project in the CDBG area or low income area.
And if you come to America,
Okay, thank you. All right, thank you. Councilmember Wayne.
I'm not gonna.
Just thank you, Mr. Mayor. I have a question for Jake.
You take so much shit from teachers over the years, and then when you graduate, they take away your shit for graduate. They take away your things for graduation. Like, oh, we couldn't even decorate our hats. They told us, oh, we can't decorate our hats. I'm like, but they do that all the time. How come we can't decorate our own hats? Well, if you decorate your hat, we're throwing you out. You're not gonna walk. So I couldn't decorate my hat, and then I see other kids decorate their hat. I'm like, they get to walk. I'm like, I could have fucking walked. They're letting them walk, and they're like, we were told we were not supposed to do
Total
that.
of 2 trucks is 150.
Special treatment
We got
again.
the voucher or the grant fund
And then we want to like take
$140,000
cameras.
So we only need just a difference, from the fleet. What we call it, fleet budget or equipment replacement budget. Just a different, less than $10,000.
I was just happy I didn't graduate with my last name. I didn't graduate with Cormany. I graduated with a different last name.
Revenue for the money coming in,
so
that's $140,000.
in a way,
increasing the budget for the expenditure for the $150,000.
my ancestors told me that I should have graduated with my last name. If I graduated with my last name, things would have been worded differently.
So we can get the money coming in and then the expenditure. So the difference is what the city will pay, the $10,000.
sometimes when I get really upset,
To come out of our general
Talk
fund.
about the
Equipment
royalty
replacement
too when I
fund.
was
Okay,
there.
thank you.
When I was in 9th,
There's no other question.
Thank you, Scott. I appreciate it.
I would go in front of a
19th
mirror
senior
and
year.
do sideways, like how I am, sideways.
so whatever happens in the Westminster,
And I would just think,
England, London,
I could do.
British,
Seconded by Councilwoman Van West. This is to approve an increase to the revenue budget account number 58000-34294, state other, in the amount of $140,430, and approve an increase to the expenditure budget account number 58002-581400, motor pool equipment replacement, in the amount of $150,000. And approve the purchase of 2 Ford F-150 Lightning electric tow trucks from Transwestern Center of Fontana, California, in the amount not to exceed $150,000.
she's like, oh, I go to need more strong leaders
Van West I, Councilmember Monzo,
for the world.
Councilmember Wynn,
And I was getting that before. I was getting that, like the spirits were telling me that, and her was telling me that.
5.3, a word of
And
contract
she
for Brown
said it.
Rose
She
Ross
said it out of her own
project
mouth.
From Edwards.
That's why I never had to, that's why
And I
never
needed to hear that. That was,
But
confirmation that, like, yeah,
But now it's fucking tainted.
okay.
Thank you, Mayor. So
And then
this is
I'm
a
like,
project
all I know
that
is that
I'm going to go
everything
one of our
is-
pretty much picked up from where we have
still
the
wanna die,
complete
so how is this
street
gonna work
project,
out?
from Edward all the way to Beach Boulevard. So there's a small section of
How are my
that project
kids?
that lies within the city of
I
Garden
gotta
Grove,
set this
and
up.
they're willing to join with us
My
and pay the
kids
fair
need to
share
know.
of that amount. So this is budget for fiscal year 2022-2023.
So Colin, I go walking a lot, and you need to look at the street signs. Please
2023-2024.
look at the street signs. The street signs are very important.
The city's
So when you
staff
see Ranger, look for
plan
Ranger
is
sign. Look for the
council
look for
to
Collins
approve in March
Street.
2013.
Look for signs. Anyways, you see
sent
Ranger
out
sign,
to have an open
That's
bid,
like the
and
bowling alley.
that automatically goes
received,
into
4
danger.
bids, and basically it's
That's like the
less than
bowling
what's the
alley
engineering
to,
estimate. So this is you're looking at it to improve the pavement as well as the medians.
The Ranger
Right now the
knows
medians
what's
have
going on. The
asphalt
Ranger
medians. It's look very ugly
needs
and
to
dirty.
know
So what we're going to do, we're going to
their
remove that asphalt
backyards.
and we
There's
call it
always
a
danger,
rock
and you always
blanket
have to be out
to
and
make it
look
look
out.
nicer and cleaner. And this is what you can
That's
see.
how I-
along
that's how
405
I-
where they do the improvement in our city. And that,
That's what they're teaching me. That's what I'm teaching you, Colin.
Any questions?
Yes, I have
Please look at the streets because they do align. They do map out.
Tolerant planting on there as well, or just rock?
So this is a hard
And when you find certain streets that you understand that they're talking to you, your frequency goes up. Your ears will start ringing. You'll get goosebumps. I get goosebumps a lot. Ear ringing, loud, ear pitch ringing.
High school.
Not really voices. I don't really get voices. I get sense.
No, you have
like someone's watching me and I'll look and go, yeah, someone's watching me.
That was a fucking opportunity.
Or I'll get something like a name, they popped up and I'll see a name on the sidewalk.
I still don't like that wall up there.
Company name,
There's a certain walk I take and it'll say my name twice on the phone.
Many times before. Do you find them to be responsible?
Just like Long Beach.
Same walk, same path.
They are one of the
It's gonna happen.
2 different areas,
have a good relationship with. They're very responsible. They attend to
and a couple times I'll forget, like it's there, I'm just minding my business and I'll just happen to look down again. So that is something that is, you have your earphones blasting up and you're not even looking for it, and then you just happen to look down and you're looking down at the right place at the right time, and that's a message for you.
Well, that's good. I know because by the state law, we have to choose the one with the lowest bid, right?
So my dad said, yeah, they're watching me, but they can't do anything about it because what are you doing?
That's good. It's good to know because I know there are laws, that's why they got chosen. But I just want to make sure that they're also good and responsible. And what about
my dad's
in the past, have they always used their contingency?
They bought these people bought the
that's kind of customary or standard.
Bought the police
have
station.
they always,
my mom
because
just
sometimes
whines
they
and bitch and complain. She didn't do
underbid
anything.
everybody and then they use all the work,
They
like
feed those pigs so
100%
well.
of their contingency, you know?
My sister said,
Good question.
they'll do it, and then they
Projects.
fat and lazy.
Once you
And then what?
dig it out the asphalt pavement, there's a lot of unforeseen conditions. Typically,
Just like the
10% contingency that
Military
cover
sucks.
those amounts.
The U.S. military
And all
sucks.
these drugs
A lot of
and
these
stuff like
contractors,
that.
I feel so bad for children around the world. They have to deal with the U.S. military.
Unforeseen
Use
that
it and abuse it, it's no different.
Even the women in the U.S. military. Where in the fuck are you?
Or something
We have no men.
Replace additional sidewalk or adding.
We have no support.
That child now has that drug, that poison, that disease.
And anything outside of those
not
bid
fair
items
to that
is already
child.
negotiated
That
back and
child
forth
was
between
given that
the project
disease.
manager
That child
and the
did not ask
contractor.
for that.
On if we
These
disagree
sex
with the
partners
price,
do
and there's a lot of
not
time we disagree
need
with
to
the
be
price,
there.
we can go call a force account, which with me time and materials. So, for example, that work wasn't covered within the scope of work. They will come out with their crew. We count how many staff members there and how many hours they spend to do the work and what kind of equipment they do. So we log all those and we pay them by time and material.
I understand on the ones that are not the bid order, but you know the 10% contingency is really on the bid order, right? Because
I should
anything
be dead a long time ago.
that wasn't bidded on, that's totally
I
understandable.
don't even understand
they
my
have to,
own case,
charge
my
you
own
or
case. I don't. I just know
kind
what
of
free is.
Still have to come up with a cost for that, and then you negotiate
real
back and
person,
forth.
and I know
But the
this is
10% contingency is based on what was already on the bid, right? It's what they bid it for.
Council members should be
Correct.
voluntary.
And what they bid
Go to your family.
and
Go to your
unforeseen
loved
condition out there.
Yeah.
For example, if you go out and you hit a soft area, which doesn't mean they have to dig it out further. That doesn't have
So I'm
the
getting
scope
ready
of
for
work,
the next
not
meeting.
having that item. So we have to
Today
negotiate
is
with them on that. So that 10% typically cover those unforeseen areas as well.
What's important to me is that you find they are good and responsible. So thank you very much.
All right. Motion is here on the floor.
Thank you, Mayor. I have a motion made by Mayor Witt, seconded by Councilmember Monzo. This is to approve the award of contract to the lowest responsible bidder in the amount of $2,393,844.50 to RJ Noble Company, and that all other bids be rejected. And authorize a 10% contingency in the amount of $239,384.45 and authorize the city manager to execute the contract on behalf of the city in a form approved by the city attorney. I'm going to call roll. Councilwoman Fan West.
Fan West.
Let's see, got 44, so I don't got much. It's gonna end.
I've watched this already.
Was the king of pop in an arranged marriage with the princess?
BJ investigates the girl that does Britney Spears, helping out with the Britney Spears.
This book's been helping me trying to find out
abuse.
kind of sneakery.
I tried to go to the gym today.